Hello dear students, this video is made for the students of English Literature of MA English. I, Jyoti, Assistant Professor English, posted at Government Kamla Modi Girls College, Nimka Thana. I am going to teach you the poem When You Are Old that is prescribed in your MA final paper second syllabus. Paper second name is 20th Century Literature, Poetry and Drama, and this work of W.B. Yeats is prescribed in section A. So let's begin with the short introduction of W.B. Yeats. William Butler Yeats was born in a Dublin suburb on June 13, 1865. Soon after his birth, Yeats' parents moved to London and he started his literary life in London. He was interested in theosophy, Plato, and Black. He was also interested in Irish politics, and Maud Gonne and Lady Gregory had a great impression on his career. In 1923, he was awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature, and on 28 January 1939, he was died. The poems written by Yeats appeared in a successive volumes which are named below with the year of publication given in each case. His important and notable works are Crossways, The Rose, The Wind Among the Reeds, In the Seven Woods, The Green Helmet and Other Poems, Responsibilities, The Wild Swans and Cooley, Michael Roberts and the Dancer, The Tower, The Winding Stair and Other Poems, Words for Music Perhaps, A Full Moon in March, and Last Poems. This collection of poems was published posthumously. Now on your screen you can see the text of the poem When You Are Old. The poem is addressed to Maud Gonne, with whom the poet was passionately in love, but who never responded to his passion. This poem consists of 3 stanzas, and the opening line of first stanza is, When you are old and grey and full of sleep and nodding by the fire, take down this book and slowly read and dream of the soft look your eyes had once, and of their shadows deep. The poet addresses Maud Gonne and asks her to think sometimes of her youth when she was grown old, when she is a grey-haired aged woman sitting by the fireside, feeling sleepy and drowsy. Let her then read this book. This book here refers to the poems collection of Yeats, and he is addressing Maud Gonne to visualize her past when she would be old. Let her then picture to herself her youthful days when her eyes looked so deep and so black, and when they had such a heartwarming expression in them. So the poet here contrasts the physical charms of his beloved in her youth with the grey hair, the worn out look, and the infirmity of the same woman when she has grown old. So in this stanza, basically the poet wants to warn Maud Gonne about the decay of her beauty when she would be old. The next stanza starts with the lines, How many loved your moments of glad grace, and loved your beauty with love false or true. But one man loved the pilgrim soul in you and loved the sorrows of your changing face. So, first of all, we will know the meaning of line 5, that is, how many loved your moments of glad grace. The time of youth when the beloved was gay and graceful is considered the moments of glad grace. And line number 3 has the phrase pilgrim soul in you. It means that this line describes the soul of the beloved. Her soul is on a pilgrimage to this world. It is a holy, pious soul which is on a brief visit to this earth. So, this is the imagination of the poet. And the last line of this stanza, and loved the sorrows of your changing face. It means one man who is the poet loved her through thick and thin, means through even and odds, through sorrows and griefs, which befell her with the passing of year and which robbed her face of the bloom and grace and freshness of youth. So basically, this stanza conveys a message to Maud Gonne. When this woman was young and beautiful, many men loved her for her gaiety and her grace. So in these lines, the poet wants to say, wants to get aware Maud Gonne that you should, when you will be old, you will think that in your past, how many people, how many lovers who only loved you physically, not intimately, not spiritually. When this woman was young and beautiful, many men loved her for her gaiety and her grace. Many admirers made love to her and courted her. Some of them were inspired by genuine sentiment, and others by a fickle or inconstant passion. But there was one man. Here the poet speaks about himself, that but one man loved the pilgrim soul in you. Here he is speaking about himself, and he is saying that I was the one who had a spiritual kind of love for you. And this man was able to look through her physical charms and perceive the sacred soul within her, a soul that was on a brief pilgrimage to this earth. This man loved her not only in her youth but at every stage of her life. He loved her even when the sorrows and griefs of life had settled down upon her face and left a mark there. He loved her even when the years brought wrinkles to her face. In the next stanza, and bending down beside the glowing bars. Glowing bars here mean the bright fireplace. Murmur a little sadly how love fled and paced upon the mountains overhead and hid his face amid a crowd of stars. So, in this stanza, the poet asks Maud Gonne to picture to her mind the difference between what was and what is. She will then, in a mood of reflection and melancholy, he is going to assume that when she would be old, she would be then in a mood of reflection and melancholy, bent beside the red hot coals in the fireplace, and tell herself in a low voice. So, this murmur a little sadly, this conveys a message that at the time of his her old age, she would tell herself in a low voice that all her lovers except one had proved inconstant. She will then realize that those men who loved her bodily attraction and physical charms had completely forgotten her, and that all their love had taken wing and hidden itself among the stars above. So, love is here personified. When the beloved has become old, the love of a man travels upward and is lost among the mountains overhead and among the stars in the sky. Only the man who loved the pilgrim only the man who loved the pilgrim soul of the beloved still loves her in her old age. Song is addressed to Maud Gonne, and this is an exquisite, touching poem expressing the fleeting nature of love. The poem is essentially romantic in character. Its wistfulness, dreamlike atmosphere, melancholy, and melody are romantic qualities. In fact, it possesses some of the salient characteristics of Yeats' early poetry and is an evidence of his lyrical genius. How wistful the memory of past loves must be to an old woman, and how effectively that wistfulness has been expressed. The poem is marked by the use of choice diction and by a felicity of phrase. It is indeed one of the finest poems of Yeats. So, here our poem completes, and you all students are advised to write a critical appreciation of this poem. So, thank you all.